Alright, as always, you can go to YouTube channel My Medical Nightmare and see video on everything that happened to me. Alright, in this world you got little scams, you got big scams. Little scams like what happened to me that you can see in over 100 hours of video on my channel. And then you got big scams, like how the partners of health providers Ascension conduct their day-to-day business. I'll mention a little bit more on R1 RCM, announced to have been taken private in an $8.9 billion, as in B, dollar US deal in August 2024. Then it was revealed TowerBrook Capital Partners and Clayton W. and Rice would acquire the healthcare technology company, which also handles billing. TowerBrook and nonprofit hospital operator Ascension Health were the company's largest stakeholders at that time. Ascension operates in 19 U.S. states, 140 hospitals, has 160,000 associates and 36,000 affiliated providers. R1 RCM's number one client. This company handled a bill I received for over $2,000 in my 4/22/19 emergency department visit at then Ascension St. Vincent East Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. I'll go more into what happened to me later in the video. So you dig deeper into the operating history of R1 RCM. And about a year prior to this previous development, had some pretty deep difficulties. This culminated in December of 23 when R1 RCM settled a stockholders litigation lawsuit in which it was charged that the company breached their fiduciary duties. They entered into a settlement worth $45,400,000 cash. You're interested in the economic and financial details of some of these corrupt partners of Ascension. There is a 94-page report published by forensic accountants, criminal investigators, journalists, lawyers, and investment professionals, Jehoshaphat Research, into R1 RCM's bookkeeping. Therein it's alleged that the company's revenues and profits were grossly overstated, that certain reported revenue growth was derived from inputs based on assumptions about future collections, which they predicted would eventually collapse, and that the company's revenue was chronically inflated. The report also mentioned there was a mass exodus of corporate leadership from the company, including the CEO, CFO, CCO, and CSO.
You've reached the Ascension System Office General Mailbox. After the tone, leave a detailed message and someone will respond to your call. Thank you.
I'm trying to reach CEO Joseph Impeachike, and he can contact me at that number, and I have a message that I would like to give to Ascension. Between 2018 and 2019, I was an emergency department patient at Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. I believe I had broken my neck. I had an x-ray, 2 CT scans, and later an MRI looked at by Ascension St. Vincent's doctors. Each time they had told me I had no injuries in this area, I knew their diagnosis was an error as my condition worsened. The area became infected and infested with parasites. By summer 2019, I almost died. I obtained my medical records from your hospital along with the x-ray, CT, MRI imagery, and discovered the truth of my injury. I had broken bone in the underside of my skull in the area of the condylar canal and occipital condyle. How the doctors could have missed such a large and serious injury over multiple hospital visits is inexcusable. I believe some element of organized corruption may exist in this hospital. I have compiled over 10 hours of video documentation on what happened to me on my YouTube channel, and the name of the channel is My Medical Nightmare. I believe I may have been a victim of patient dumping in the course of my seeking treatment, which is a violation of EMTALA, E-M-T-A-L-A. When I told medical staff associated with Ascension about my discovery that I had been misdiagnosed repeatedly, I was personally attacked and my psychological state was challenged, and this is reflected in medical records I obtained later. I could not obtain proper treatment or diagnosis for this injury because doctors and nurses that I would subsequently have encounters with would only entertain what the erroneous Ascension ER findings were. My mother, who was a nurse for 20 years, had the misfortune of working in an Ascension hospital. When I questioned my MRI findings involving St. Vincent's Ambulatory Healthcare Network LLC and Dr. Michael Brandt Ruff, MD, radiologist, in March 2019. My mother, who was a nurse for 20 years and worked in the Ascension Hospital, she was terminated from her job there around the same time. And so this phone call, I challenge the misdiagnosis of Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital, Birmingham, Alabama, and I challenge the policy of this hospital. And Mr. Pichike, I think you need to look into this, please. Please listen to my message, look into what I'm saying, and you're free to contact me. Thank you.